is Akinola Owolabi. The program Let's Discuss. Today on Let's Discuss, we'll be looking at the angle of security at the local level, state and perchance national level. Specifically, we'll be focusing on what is happening in Ede, one of the major towns in Osun State. Of late, there are a series of reports of security breaches in Ede, and allegations are flying left, right, and center that this body, that body is responsible. It got to a point that the monarch, the Timi of Ede, had to address a press conference. Today, we have in the house Alhaji Ridwan Hussein, popularly known as Ya Salam. He has a security network, vigilante group, not just in Ede, but in all the 30 local governments in Osun and the area council. The same security body is operating, if I'm not mistaken, in about 27 states of the 36 states that we have in Nigeria. Why is Ede, the hometown of Ya Salam, the leader of this vigilante group, having security breaches of late? Like some people are pointing accusing finger at Alhaji Ridwan Hussein Ya Salam. Is it that his security network, the vigilante group, is compromising on what they should do? If so, why? Once again, you're welcome on the program. Let me welcome Alhaji Ridwan Hussein, also known as Ya Salam, on this program. You're welcome, sir.
Thank you very much, Mr. Akinola Owolabi. God bless you and bless me. And I wish all the viewers at home good evening.
Yes. Security generally. Let's start on that note. Of late, we hear so much, and one of the major challenges that Nigeria as a nation is having is security.
Yes.
Coming down to Osun, we also have our own challenges. Osun used to be one of the most peaceful states in Nigeria. Right. You hear crisis in Indonesia. You hear in some other towns, including your own town, Ede. Why is it so?
Thank God for everything. You know, we have generally or globally in Nigeria, we have this unemployment, lack of supervision by the parent, lack of moral education, and if I may say, the politicians, they were aggravating, if I cannot call them the incubator, and somebody who used to bridge, divert our children, our future to a bad line, which they cannot, the job that they cannot assign their own children have been sent by considered masses poor people's child. And that is one of it. Apart from that, we do sell out every organization that's supposed to be bringing their job. We sell them out. We sold everything out. I mean the working these things. Companies and all those engineering companies and all those things. So every now and then, lack of job led our youth and exposed them to criminality in the country. Let us shed that one now. Come back to Osun. Osun is not exceptional to other states. Osun, I'm still saying it, is better far than other neighboring states. Even not to talk of far of the states. But what is happening in Osun now, the two problems that I suspect was that these politicians, whenever there is incoming election, either by-election, either primary election, the politicians used to recruit boys to be their thugs. And you know, the talks emanate from these court boys. Our so-called tomorrow higher institution, in those days when I was a youth, apart from politician coming or a governor coming or premier coming to our own hand, and we will line up on the road without minding the sun beating us. He may say he's coming by 10 o'clock, he may not come until 6 o'clock. We will stand right there. So to wait for him. But now, nobody is doing that one again now. Instead, they engage our future that we assume that's going to be bright. They engage them in thuggery, giving them weapons and all those things. Despite that, we have the law and we have law enforcement agency who can follow them, who can guide them during the campaign. But still, the thing was so bad to the extent that you will see the policemen, army carrying gun in the campaign. They cannot strike. While they be watching youth boy carry pumping action, English made a gun, shooting sporadically. You know, the police, when you ask them, they will say that, well, the power that be, we cannot do, but virtually nothing. Because if any one of them fell down, they will now say judicial killing. Are we,
extrajudicial killing?
yes, are we not in anarchy? I don't think there's rule of law in Nigeria. That is for that. In Osun State, you can see of recent, like you rightly mentioned, that Elisha, not only Elisha, Ife. You mentioned it, there's no so much difference. But when I got to the issue of Ede, it's my own time.
We'll get to that.
So, but I will tell you why Ede has started from past 13 years and still continue. But all the Elisha, Ife, another area in terms of courtesan is off and on. It is when this election is coming up that you now see that they will be fighting each other, killing each other to know which one is rugged. So that the one that's rugged, that the one that these black politicians, politics with politics, with bitterness, they want to buy the very strong one. So they are just fighting, and their own way of distributing or disposing their own good is to be killing.
Okay.
So now, come back to the issue of Ede.
Let's come to Ede. I want us to be specific. When people talk about Ede, even in history,
yes,
even in their panegyrics,
yes,
which we call Oriki, a lot of things are brought in that will make you to think twice and say, why would a city or a town have this kind of name? So let's go back in history and look at Ede.
You know, if I may put the record straight and history at the right way, without missing a word, without lying, without partial or passing the history. Ede used to be warrior. We are born with that. When there's a Jagunla of Ilaregun, there's one Jagunla at times. Because history said we came from Oyo. You know the famous Banka and the Timi. They are the one first have the resin business and they fought. And once I go knew that these people, if I don't throw them away, they may one day overthrow my government. So he dispensed them. When after the competition, Timi was sent down to me. And when he got here, I learned that the issue said that he was equally going here and there. He was sent here to prevent Ijesarara from entering into Oyo province and kingdom. But later on, he now turned to a monarch. To the extent that the issue said that he was eliminated or something like that from Oyo, this thing. But back to the recent centuries, I think Ede singularly took part in many war and fought and won. We have a very large land in Ede, more than anybody else.
Okay.
Because
if you say you have land,
because we forced to grab the land.
Okay.
The more you are giant, the more you are combatant, and that's how you now inherit lands. We thank God for everything today. Ede are warriors.
Okay. Is it from the warriors, like being warriors, that you now carry over to where we are now? A lot of people even say, I'm sorry saying this, then when they recite the panegyrics, they will go as far as saying, if you see an indigenous of Ede who is not into theft, this is that.
That one is a fabricated name.
Okay.
It don't used to be. Ede tí ó jalè ń sinmi lọ́wọ́ ni. It's not so.
Okay.
Even some are saying that Irinike the Ojúṣe. So whoever want to do it there, it's just like this buy and selling names to Ede. We are not like that.
Okay.
But even they used to say that Ede, who used to, we are bourgeois people selling complete red-made traditional wares. And they will say that Ede, who can show a cloth without measure you, and they will give it to you, and you're going to be exactly as you want. That is to say, Ede came from America and London.
Okay. Is it from all this history that you now have Togri today?
No. Everybody. Yoruba said that Okanju and Dagbogbon Iwaju. Ede was used to be the most relative calm and the criminality free in those days. But the issue of criminality or the crime that go on in Ede, it gets as it be. We have some jobs, we have some jobless people there, youths to be precise. And those people, some people too, unguarded elders are using them. You know, the recent one that's happening there for past 10 years, if I may say, emanated from sending them to go to be the land griper, to go to people night to go and collect money from those people who want to have a land. If you as a journalist, you can go to the police, you see the record there. How many years have been charged? Murdering, killings, and all those things. That's where these things started. And let me quickly remind everybody, the listeners and the people who are viewing us, that it is on record that Ede has a problem of robbery and burglary in between 1998. By 1999, the past Kabiyesi brought me from Ile-Ife after persuading Oni to leave me, to release me to them. And I mourned the issue of security. By then, I met Ede, all the prominents were touched. Even Baba Detoro was put inside the cooler before he was assassinated. And when this thing goes on, there are some elders then, some of them are still alive, who said that, what are we going to do to this? And then Kabiyesi called for a meeting of elites and the elders of the town. And that is when they now detect that this year's around too, we learned that it's working in Ife, it's the one safe in Ife. Not in terms of Modeka and Ife, but in terms of security.
That clarification.
Yes, it's in time of police who are working with the police to apprehend all these things. And when I was called, I told the populace that, look, Kabiyesi, if one of your son or child was caught, do you release him to road that we should do as we want to do? Because that's what happened in case of Ife. The only then has to know, but he said he doesn't know anybody. He's about to the all the time. And the Kabiyesi said, if you find my boys doing such a thing, do the justice. So here we go. Even the clergy by then, those alphas, Baba Salahuddin was the one first of us contributed 30,000 to start off. Baba Yofe, Baba Adeturu, all of them support me. And we go. We call the hunters. We had a meeting, and they elaborate or they explain what their need is, which cannot be met. And I start with my own fund. This is when everything now went well, that the KBC then called the two local governments. We have been bought a car. The then Mukaila Koyejo was then the Morana Koyejo. He was the first to bought us pickup. So when this thing now became a household in Osun State, that is when Osogbo Osun State Bush Association used to recruit us to escort them to Ilesa Bariba. They are talking of Fulani today. By then, Fulani have been assisting in robbing people, killing people. By then. And to God be the glory, we won them. To the extent, the last operation that brought joy to the people was that they shot our vehicle to the extent we got into flame. But none was hurt. And I was so charged. Police knew what we are doing, that we are clearing. Even your state commissioner by then came to Ede to thank Kabisi. And then, by and large, those Bushels district proposed to buy a vehicle. And we said that I personally took Kabisi, because my Kabisi then was a listener, a good listener. I said, Kabisi, don't let them bought your vehicle. Where they have not been enslaved. I don't want us to be enslaved by these Bushel people. If they bought us a vehicle now, they will just be using death to say, hey, come, we want you to escort us. And to God be the glory. Kabiyesi ordered the local government council. Then at Chidadi, they bought another one for us. Adisa bought another one. And we keep it going. And everything was so quiet.
Is it that you relax along the line?
No, I'm not. Our Kabiyesi passed on around July or August or September 2007. We still on. We don't have a monarch when armed robber attacked First Bank and they shot and killed about 2 policemen, wounded many. Then I wasn't a right man then because I traveled. When I came back and I got the news, we quickly organized, or know that they are still coming back. And we avoid it. We avoid many robbery, attempted to rob the community bank, attempted to rob Sky Bank in front of the palace. We engage them and we shake them away. So not only, when this Kabiyesi came in, even, don't let me forget this, around 2006 or 2005, this President Baba was attacked on his own private shows at Okigada. That's one prince who called me that I was on my way on patrol to Sekona when he said that armed robber struck at Soso house. I didn't know. I don't even know who is involved, but I heard out to that house and released them inside the toilet that they were locked in. This President Kabiyesi, who called me, was alive up to today. So, nothing amiss. And when this Kabiyesi came in, we were ready to work, and we are being working. Don't forget that I said we are argumentable to the police and other security operatives. We don't have any right to call ourselves independent like Udua, People's Congress, like VGN. We are not. But we are under police supervision. We hardly acted without getting instruction from the police. All what I've said, these people that are they call somebody today, they They were alive if they were born by them, but they must be small. But they have no one time. One of them joined us as a vigilante.
Okay.
Well, our name is the new vigilante group. Apart from the national one that we are heading, and we have our own commanders. There was a time they started this act of hoodlums. There's one RAF who have a very fine and beautiful hotel and bars along power line there. They invaded the bar. On the process, one of them fell, and they said that it is one soldier who come and drink that kill one of them. They are not OPC. They said they call themselves Oloyin boys, Atakpa boys, not OPC. That's why I'm not denying saying again. It's true thing that I'm saying. There's no time we are
Oloyin
fighting.
boys.
Oloyin boys, Atakpa boys, before it become Akete boys. Now, when they came in, I'm not around, but still, I want to remind them this. If to say I'm fighting with OPC, I have many people, we have 4,000 plus, registered with the police. If to say somebody wants to defeat me and I don't want him to assist, I have the power to do so. But that's not the issue. I have to call of the neighboring local government to rescue the police station and the palace. There's no dispute in that. I did it in my absence, and the day when I came back, I visited Kabezi, and Kabezi narrated that he was almost running away because he was seeing them. It is later he saw somebody with black long vest chasing those boys, and he was told that is Yasalam boys. So I rescued them, rescued palace, rescued the police station for being set ablaze. That is one. Number two, since these boys started going up and down, I and my men did not cease of arresting them. But immediately you took them to the police, and police now charge them to court. There are some unguided elements and elders who used to be calling me. And if they force me, I will mention their name, and we go to court and I will defeat them. Because I have many witnesses to this. There's a laptop that I used to keep. When they call me, I will record you. Now, they will now release them. They will go to the High Court and file a motion. And with under normal law, they cannot be kept there. Immediately they came back, they now turn Yasalam to be the enemy. Now, where did the OPC assist in this issue, on this issue? The one I've narrated before, my vigilante and the traditional hunter, we are the one who did all the job in Ede, to brought Ede to peace. And for now, all those so-called boys that they are calling courts and all those things, how will I identify courts as one group? We don't see them as a group. They are criminals. They are common criminals. And they need to be dealt with. Somebody was saying that they fight it though, so there's no point in time. Things must be corrected. Don't put another wahala. There's no point in time that you don't also engage in fight. They are our people. Nobody fight. We have many of them. Toyo is not a OPC, he's selling weeds. We fought him, we arrested him more than 3 times. Some people will go to court and brought them. Who killed Elema? They have to tell us. After the Elema was dead, that one brought out another issue, crisis, in between the two groups, Atakara boys and the Farumbi. We arrest Atakara boys, hand over them to the police. We equally arrest Farumbi and some of his fellows, hand over them to the police. Is that what they call OPC fighting with Yasalam? Yasalam, we were working for the peace of Ede, and not only we are working with the police.
Okay. Yasalam.
Yeah.
The way you are presenting your facts, discerning minds will see that it's as if there is a battle of supremacy somewhere, either among the so-called Akwetes, Atapara, the other one you mentioned.
Yes, if to say,
or your group, if they are doing what they are doing, and you have the strength, I mean your vigilante group, and you are working with the security agents, what stops you from apprehending them and nipping this crisis or this challenge in the bud?
You just cut me. What is happening is this: there's no line in saying that these people, this section group of Takara, they are fighting for two things: supremacy, then who is going to be the lead to be a thug, who can be bought by any politician. That is their own, but not to me. Am I going to say that OPC will be contesting with OPC?
Are you part of OPC?
As a Yoruba man, I'm an OPC man, but I'm not part of the group on assistance. You cannot at the same time be, you know, if you need
I'm asking that because you belong to, you are heading vigilante.
I'm heading vigilante, established even before OPC was formulated. You know what I mean? Vigilante, the organization, organ, and give directive from the SSS and the police.
Since when has vigilante been necessary?
It is 1989, when we are still in the military era. Odowolu was the one who inaugurated the way in Oyo State. I carry vigilante from Oyo State to Osun State. And I've been the chairman for Ife Area Command PCRC for 13 years. You can see the difference. OPC was formed after matter of 1998 of Abiola's death. And they were formed, anybody who wants to join association can join it. They said they are militancy. We have them Ariwa boys. We have Agbesu. That is their own. Either it's outlawed or not. Nobody can isolate me because I'm Omodua. If that name can be there, but I'm not member of OPC. Because I cannot be with the police and now be running out with the OPC. Although in some areas, like Osuna, we are holding meetings together, they hold me extremely that I'm their father. And we are doing things in common area. If there's any challenge now, we go together with the hunters and we lead them. So that's that. Back to the issue. I'm working for the police. You can understand that you will always be the enemy of criminals. And the criminal who has godfathers, you are their enemy. My own working with the police brought the issue that Yasalam is fighting them. I'm not fighting anybody, but the police sent us to assist them. And they did not disappoint us to a stage. But of recent, we fold our arms in Eden. Do you know the reason why? When these boys are fighting and we arrest them, you take them to the police, you check them to court. When those godfather or godmothers release them from the prison, they will come back and be attacking us. By then, our men now will turn to another criminal. And I've complained this several occasions to the CP. When we see that they want to turn the cat to be rat, we now fold our hands. Not for me to say that I will be looking at a day got in flame. But it's not palatable for me to be seeing my boys behind the counter while they say they are working for the police.
Okay.
Because that's what we arrested about 2 or 3 years ago. These people group who are fighting each other. They met right in the front of Okeresi B division, and they killed 3 people. 2 outside. The one that ran into the station was murdered right in front of the step of the police station. And the so-called police from the state, came down, and as usual, Baba Yasalam, sir, these people have started again. We want your men to come and identify. They give us the name, and we know them because we are from the same town. I called my men to go there, see those state boys, anti-cultism squad. On getting there, my boy called me that these people that they said they were looking for, they are right in front, in their front now. And they tell them that they are the one. Led by Gabriel, is a police officer still on the anti-cultism now. My men point finger to those who responsible for the killing, right in front of a police station. They handed over them and they took them away to Osogbo. After that, they are being charged to court. Just for some elders to be calling me to come and assist them, and Baba say you should go and release them. I say, look, I can only hand over. I cannot be a charge and bailer. And that's where the problem lies. They find a way, one way or the other, and release them from the prison through the court. They now came back and started chasing my boys to the extent they killed some of them. Some of them was set up and climbed into correction center. As I'm talking to you, we have 7 of my men, innocent, that they climbed into jail. They say they engage. Okay. So it's a white lie. Okay. So can you say after 7 people are still roaming in the prison without charge, I will now continue to say them must not die?
So it could be a reaction to what is happening to your boys, that you are folding your arms.
Yes, that is clear. We are helping the police. We are helping our community. They now turn us to be an accused, which is not. So Yoruba ni bo ba se kamo yamon, ojo ba se somo among Kaleri. If they cannot appreciate what Yazama been doing to bring peace, I wonder when someone was doing a poem, I call it Ewi, saying that a Jiwe, if it is alive, a Jiwe, if they believe a Jiwe assisted them, why do they kill a Jiwe at Osogbo and the other people who said it's a thief? So will I wait until they turn me to be a Jiwe and rope me to be shot? So I will not do that too. I will not do it. And I cannot allow my men who have working tremendously, who have been working for the peace of Ede, to be roping and climbing into jail so that their hoodlum that they were nursing can take over. Let them take over and resurrect Yasalam boys. If not so, all what I've been telling you, can you now judge it together and say Yasalam, you are the one responsible for unrest for past 13 years? And Yasalam have been the power since 1999 to year 2008, and still I did not cease of assisting. Let me tell you a clear example. In year 2016, I called all those belief factions that are fighting. Because by then they want me to believe that those people belong to one group or the other in the OPC or something like that. I have to call Awoyemi. I called Olujo Mbodu, the leader of OPC Basim and the Ghana Dem Research. I called all the DPUs and SSS. For good 2 months, we are holding meeting 80 days to broach down the crisis by then. That's what was year 2016. You see, it got to a stage that the police now came in when they learned about the meeting. And one boy, doctor, they call it Doki, is Wakili, was apprehended right in my room. That's the beginning of my problem with those boys. And I said, only query.
The police?
The police.
But you said you are working for them.
Yeah, we are working for them. I organized a peace and...
If you are working for them and they are arresting your men, don't you think some...
No, they have the right. I'm trying to reconcile them in respect of fighting, killing people in Eden. But at the same time, you know, police, they cannot do without calling me. And somebody informed them, maybe among the DPO were working that this man here holding meeting with Yasalam is a wanted person. And they came in, and I inquired them, what happened? They said, this boy you see here, they asked him, don't you realize that you are the one who make a DPO at Okene blind? You are the one that they use as a land grabber at Okene, and you kill people and you stole police guns. Will I say they should not arrest him? Okay. When he was arrested and taken away.
It's better you are giving clarifications now.
Now, okay. They now arrest the boy. When the boy came back, visa office, I don't know how it came out of the prison. He came back to me and he said that, Baba, I want to send this criminality life. I said, what is your job before? He said he was a medicine seller. I personally gave him, in the right room where he was arrested, gave him 50,000 naira. Let somebody come out and challenge me, who have done that one as an elder. So to give me that, go and renovate your shops. Up is yet to be taken, say yes. When you renovate it, come back to me, I will find something for you. Before I knew it, this foolish and no,
don't use
okay. Let me say somebody who has no elders who has no conscience. Okay. They now told him to be my enemy, say that he should go and tell the world that Yasalam is begging him to come and give vigilante, so he give him 500,000. He's just taking salary. So they are very envy and jealous of the.
So what is the way out of the crisis, the security crisis in Nigeria?
We have only 3 ways.
Okay.
And if can be perfectly used. Okay. Number one, those people who are bailing them out, immediately stop. If you arrest 1, 2, 3 today, and they are still in the jail, nobody brought them out, because in the avenges, when they came back, they want to avenge. Rasidi, I don't know him as a person. Let me tell you this. Around a year ago, when this, after the aftermath of arresting 3 people in connection with the 3 people that killed at this time, we arranged for a reconciliation meeting again. Personally, Eden North PCLC chairman was there. I invited some of Rasidi's family from outside Nigeria, some from Kaduna. They came and they called Rasidi. He gave us 20 minutes that he will surface in my house. But before Rasidi came in, one of the other factions, Jelido de Bruna, said that Kabisi has called them in the palace. And before, they'll be accusing me that Kabisi in the palace. I tried to be settling people. I turned my house again to another palace. So I don't want to be charged. So I said they should go. So that is how I didn't know Rasidi until I got in on WhatsApp. During the festival, they say some people again decided to have organized. So they now accusing me, say that I know Rasidi, if you want to run away, it's just they want to hit dog. That's why they calling him a rabies dog. It's a lie. Now, the solution, if those people who used to envy Yasalam pass the true channel, these boys, they are not separate. They have family. And my monarch, Kabiyesi Láàfin, Kemi Olagun, has a very role to play, rather than the one they are calling security this thing. Oba Balero Gbogbo, if Kabiyesi called the Magaji of that house, and they call the Magaji called the Baale of that house, your children are hitting me in the town. I don't want again. Kabiyesi still has that power. And some gathered chiefs who are lying to Kabiyesi, they are giving false information of what is not going on. What brought in that Yasalam has become stroke Yasalam become lame, Yasalam has dead. What is the problem with them? I'm hale and healthy. I just returned from Kaduna, I drove myself. Nobody driven me. So, second suggestion was that they should beg those politicians. 2018, a very good, formidable youth of our town called for a peace meeting at the town hall. And we talked to all the politician contestants, and they promised that there won't be any talk in a day. We have been doing it before. In 1983, the then Kabiyesi called politicians. Then I was there. He said that if they burn anybody's house or vehicle, the town will burn your houses and your vehicles, and nothing amiss. There's no point why Kabiyesi of today cannot do that one. He's still our Kabiyesi. And we are in support of the peace. We are in support of him as a ruler. They should not take sides. Those boys that we call meeting, the lady was telling us the following day, say, Kabiyesi takes sides, and Kabiyesi said that he's abusing them. I said, how? He said he did not call Asidi, he was just abusing them, that he could have arrested Asidi, but they are the impatient of them. I said, Kabiyesi was saying the truth. If you two be patient, Asidi will take his leg walking. Kabiyesi can easily invite Rasidi and talk to him. And this is what we have been thinking of. During the festival, Iliya festival, one of my men who's a broadcaster from Cotonou posted it on the same. I saw the Rasidi, so-called Rasidi, taking picture with him, started a poem saying that there's no peaceful. Say Alhamdulillah. But just for after 2 months, they now say that Syria started killing people. So, this thing, until we other people stop deceiving ourselves, stop call a vow a goat. I learned that these boys are small boys. Let me remind you of this. 2019, Eden not to engulf with this so-called Rasidi. My men followed the police. We arrested 2 of his boys. We took them to the police station and onward to state. You know what they pay me in return? They say Yasalam boys have killed 2 of their men in Eden. When investigation continued, those 2 boys, they have been killed 5 days ago by Rasidi and his other gangs. They now say Yasalam killed. If it is you, won't you just step aside? We are trying to save them from those hoodlums. They are now trying to nickname us. Okay. So that is the area. Okay. The third suggestion is that the groups, they have parents. The elders should appeal to politicians that if they saw any one of those hoodlums with them, they will deal with those politicians. Because I said earlier on, after we held a meeting that's organized by the youth feder, they said they will not allow any thuggery, in or out. That very evening, I was coming from Osogbo around 10:30. On branching to Aisu, I can see the motor. They were quickly out. I said, what happened here? They said there's some robber there. I will go there, it's my job. When I go there, they barricaded the road. Who sent you? They mentioned one politician, and they even mentioned Kabiyesi. I say Kabiyesi cannot say, although Kabiyesi wasn't at the meeting, but he has a representative. And I called the police. And 16 of them were arrested. 12 of them, they were from Akure, they are not Edendijan. And 2 of them, they are already offended, they held that person. When we were arrested, Fimi Hadi was the High Commissioner. The rule was that they will kept you in a cooler until the elections were round up. Before I knew it, the following morning I went to Kabiyesi, said this is what I heard yesterday. They said you are wrong. Kabiyesi, where he was that? He wasn't at the meeting. He has nothing to do with talk. He says, yeah, look, yes, Allah. Kabiyesi had been a good father to me. He said, some of these politicians, I will not mention their name now because I know they are agitating to become. So if I mention their name now, it will look like I want to destroy them because of election. I'm not a politician. But Kabiyesi is my father. I can say anything true. Let him say it's not. Kabiyesi said they come and report me to him this morning that Yasalam have took 20 million from Aregbe. He said, look, get it out. Don't you give another people money too. If they give her exact amount of money, let us. And that's what he said. And I was so pleased with that answer. And I narrated what happened. He said, hope you have been arrested. I said, Kabiyesi, they've been arrested. And then they are moved. One of them, the elder, sober elder, was now querying the DPO that is Yasalam not a police. Why Salam give you order and you are this? That one said, sir, I'm doing my job. Yasalam was just assisting us.
Now, how long or how soon do you see peace returning to Ede?
Very, very soon it will come to Ede. As you can see now, what we are doing now is part of it. Because ever before, my keeping quiet allowed them to be going home because they believe that they've already consumed me. And I have reason for keep quiet. We have said some of it. And some are still in my stomach. And I hope they will not force me to force out.
Just keep them.
So, by now, you can see that for past a week now, that the thing have been going here. Your Unique FM, Fresh FM, television, or your other television house, they now kill. Because what the bulletin said from Kabiyesi was not totally what is going on. OPC has come out that they are not, there's no time they are fighting with Yasalam. Yasalam have come out that no problem. So if at all anybody belong to my group, and I say I don't send you to what you are doing, don't you know that it will work? I just understand what I mean. Mm-hmm. If somebody claimed to be OPC, and now the OPC said they didn't send anybody to go and destroy the peace of any town. So that boy will now run down. And in case of Rasidi, if we are talking of Rasidi, we don't talk of those people who are fighting with Rasidi. We are just deceiving ourselves. They're now talking to Rasidi. Is it Rasidi only that terrorizing the town? Who killed the people of Rasidi? Whom the Rasidi killed his people? I see what I'm saying. That's the true, blank truth of it. So they don't want to hear.
It is becoming a killing
squad. It's not.
Field.
No, it's not. We don't have a killing squad. Even Ilesa was so dreadful than Ede. You know, the Ilesa people, they can go to Ibadan and do their this thing. These small boys, they cannot come to Obata here and call themselves somebody. It is only Yoruba son said, if Aja to back Pekun, only your lane. That's the only thing. You know, as Ilesa was so dreaded, we are the one, I'm the one leading the quenching of the fire there. But the Kabiyesi will come and say, Yasalam, Katima say, sorrow, Baba, Kembasi Kabu, Kashiya, Shisheria. And we do it. So let the Kabiyesi call whoever is professional in terms of security to a crucial meeting and charge us like his predecessor used to do. There's no point. I heard they say that they can say you have called me. No.
Okay.
There's no point they call me to any security meeting.
The police and other security agencies, where do they fit in this scenario?
Yes. If I understand your grammar, police, for whom they are, at times, they are aggravating the issue. The way they are arresting innocents, they know whom they are looking for. When they go to the town, They now arrest Dick and Harris, collecting money from them and through them, beating them. Even my boy was insulted by the police about 3 weeks ago. They had my own relationship with them. But I got to CP says it's not right. They went to my house and beat my boys. Later for them to be calling one of my secretaries saying that, is he your boy? I say yes. And they say we are going to release him. It's very unfortunate. It's very, very unfortunate. And as aged as I am, I'm not so old, but at the same time, I'm no more a kid. I hate lying, even when I was a youth. So I don't fear death. Because I know one day I will go to my God. And I don't do bad things to be scaring me. Some people be at the age of 100, they will scare them because they know they didn't do good things and they never revenge. Me, I have revenge. I've now said that, God,
I've repented.
Yeah, I've repented. So I have nothing. I aim good for a day. And for everybody. I'm on a vigilante group. I have Giraffe Security Organization. I'm the Commander General throughout the Federation. So how will I leave my own town in flame? No.
Incidentally,
but I cannot say I want to die for them. I'm not Jesus who can die for anybody. I cannot die for anybody.
Yes, Allah. You are the Mayegun of Ede.
Yeah, Mayegun.
Is Ayegun for Ede now?
No, Ayegun. But it's not good for other people. So, but
if there are troubles in Ede,
yes,
if there are killings, if there are sporadic gunshots left, right, and center.
Sometimes
when you talk about Ayegun, you are talking about everything being at peace.
But not in totality.
Your office as Mayegun.
Well. If somebody challenge me of that office, I will be proactive. Let them call for a peace meeting and we sort it out. Okay. Without even calling me, I've told you many things that I've done to bring peace. And nobody encouraged more.
Okay. Well, in the past 1 hour of the argument, we've been having Alhaji, Ridwan, Hussein, also known as Yasalam, talking about security situation in Ede, in particular, Osun, and part of Nigeria in general. He is of Ede, the Mayegun of that time. Everyone hopes that Aye will be good for Ede.
God willing.
That there will be peace in Ede.
God willing.
And his office has so much to do. He has spoken a great deal, and you must have seen how serious the security situation in Ede is. But no matter what, he is optimistic that very soon the problem will be over. Hope is the tonic that keeps life going. And we hope the optimism he has expressed will be heartwarming for people of Ede and its environment, as well as the people of Osun and security agents generally. Thanks for being on this program.
Thank you, sir. Alhaji. Thank you, sir.
We appreciate our viewers for being there always. There are so many unseen hands and faces behind this particular edition of Let's Discuss. We appreciate them all, including our cameramen and the editors. We'll be meeting again next week on Let's Discuss with another personality. Until then, Akinola Wolabi is my name. It's bye for now.